Hi guys, I'm back again with another video. This time, in this video, I'm going to be talking about two tools that were my personal favorites from this semester in Ed Tech, and specifically why. And I'm going to talk about a way that I, as a teacher, can incorporate those apps in my classroom. So the first app that I fell in love with was the Adobe Spark page. I really liked that because it is very easy to navigate. I think a third or fourth grade student would easily be able to navigate that app and use it efficiently. You can add pictures of all kinds. You can add videos. You can add text. You can make it move. And uncover different parts. It can flow really well. What I did on that assignment was I covered the history of the Wichita State University mascot, and that just has personal relevance for me, I think, and importance for me. But I think the Adobe Spark page app is a superior presentation app to, Keynote. I think it's easier to use than Keynote. I think Keynote probably has a couple of more advantages, but I think that Adobe Spark page is going to be more beneficial for students of a younger age because it will be easier to navigate. So for me as a social science teacher, I would love to use that as presentations. Rather than showing my students boring PowerPoint and doing direct instruction through a PowerPoint, I can use Adobe Spark page to create a page that covers everything that I want to cover over a certain topic. And then I could turn it around and the students could use it as a project presentation tool. So as a state report or a report over the American Revolution or the Civil War, they can use Adobe Spark page and cover those topics and be as creative as they want through that app. Next, the other app that I actually really enjoyed, or I think it can be potentially useful, is the Remind app. I know that I didn't use that, but I thought that it was used well by our instructor. And I think that can be very beneficial for in the classroom. As far as sending home notifications, because that app can eliminate communication problems between parent, student, and teacher, or from teacher to student to parent. I think it will probably be best if you, as a teacher, advise your students' parents at the beginning of the semester to download that app and allow notifications from the app, and that way they'll always be kept in the loop. You can send basic reminders of test tomorrow, test next week, project next week, permission slip due by Tuesday, and those different kinds of things. So that's going to be all. Those were my two apps that I really enjoyed the most. Hi guys, it's me again. In this video, I'm going to be talking about two tools that were my personal favorites from the semester, and specifically why. And I'm also going to talk about ways that I, as a teacher, can use them in my classroom. The first app that I thoroughly enjoyed was the Adobe Spark page app. I had never heard of this before. I had never seen anyone use it before, but I thought it was really easy to navigate. I thought it allowed for a lot of creative freedom while still being well organized and clean. I did my Adobe Spark page over WooShock, which is the Wichita State University mascot, and for me that just has personal significance. And I remember I sent the finished product to my parents, and they were both really impressed and asked what app I used, and they also had never heard of that app before. It allows you to add text, to add picture, to add video. You can scroll through and really make this page as long as you want to make it. So in my classroom, how I would really like to use it would be as a presentation tool, as a informative resource for students, and additionally have students use it for project presentations. As a social sciences teacher covering the different state projects, the different, the Civil War, the American Revolution, all these different historical events can be covered and presented well by making an Adobe Spark page. And it also allows for a lot of creative freedom. The next app or tool that we used throughout the course of the semester, however, it wasn't very frequent, and we as students really didn't do a lot with it, was the Remind app. From the day that we had to download that app, and we were introduced to it and understood what it did, I immediately thought that it could be highly beneficial for teachers and parents. So how I envision using the Remind app would be, as our instructor suggested, would be to have each parent or one of the parents of each student download the app at the beginning of the semester. And you can turn on the certain setting to where you can't be replied to. That way you don't have an overabundance of incoming messages. But what you can use this app to do is, as the title of the app states, remind people about certain things. So that eliminates a lot of communication issues from teacher to student to parent, because those are definitely things that happen. Permission slips that get sent home with the students, informative flyers that get sent home with the student that are meant for the parent that never get to the parent. This app eliminates those possibilities. You can just send a direct message to each and every parent. So that can be used very efficiently. I absolutely plan on downloading it and using it, and suggesting that all of my parents use it as well. It's going to be a very beneficial app. I'm going to work with it more before I do start using it, and I'm excited about the different things that it can do, and making the communication from myself to the parents of my students very efficient.